All right, we are back. Thank you so much for sticking along. All right, so today I'm going to show you how to lower your handicap in one summer. I'm going to show you some stuff that's practical, some stuff that really works. Okay, so here's exactly my plan and how I went from a 25 handicap to a 9 handicap in one summer. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to break it down from the green all the way to the tee box. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I think that it takes to drop your handicap from a 9 to a 25 in one summer. Okay, here we go. Let me get you set up here. All right. So for teaching purposes, I have a hole here. I have multiple holes here. We're going to go over a bunch of stuff today, so just stay tuned and stick along. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is start at the hole. We've got a couple of shots that we have to practice. I'm going to go over all of them. The first one is what I like to call the final putt or the sinker. Okay, this is that 5-footer, 4-footer that you got that you have to make it for the money. Okay, then you've got the lag putt. So before the sinker comes the lag putt. So on this side, let's say you're about 20, 30 yards from the cup. You're not trying to make this ball. You're trying to lag this up to a sinker, to a give me putt. You want to lag to the hole. Okay, now let's say you hit a great tee shot. You're in the middle of the fairway. You hit your approach and you miss the green. You miss the green. You're now greenside. So you're going to be greenside. Number 3 is greenside. There's multiple things you can do from greenside. We're going to go over all of them today. Okay. You hit your tee shot. You hit this tee shot. It comes up into the fairway. This is a great shot. You left yourself about 100 yards in. This is considered a approach shot. Okay, so we'll just draw a line from here to there. That's your approach shot. It's somewhere in here to the green. Okay, let's say you hit your tee shot behind a tree in the rough. You now have a rescue shot. Okay, and then if you hit your tee shot, that's called a tee shot. All right, so we got a couple things we're going to go over today. First one I want to address is this final putt. So what did I do to get so good at the final putt, and how do I shoot 77, 78, 80? Well, the final putt is the most important part. I want you doing 50 3 to 5 foot sinkers daily. Okay, I want you to make 50 of these daily. Then I want you to work on your breakers. So I want you to get on a slope, work your uphill, downhill, side breaking, left to right, right to left, all that stuff. Lastly, putt till you can't no more. This is huge. Putt till you cannot no more. All right. Then we've got the lag putt. So the lag putt is, like I said, you're 20 yards from the hole and you got to lag it up. I want you to work 50, 10 to 60 foot putts daily. Lay them up beside the hole. If they're not 3 foot beside the hole, then restart. Work your slope, find a ball. What do I mean by find a ball? I mean find a ball that you like, that you're confident in, and that works for you, and stick to that ball. It's going to make this and everything else so much easier. Okay, what's next? Oh, we've got greenside. This is crazy. This is going to be a whole segment of its own. So 3 is greenside. So these greenside shots, you're looking at chipping, pitching, putting, bump and run, and etc. Okay. So this could be a bunker shot, chipping, pitching, putting, bump and run. What do I want you to do to get good greenside? Okay. So I want you to actually get on a green, and I want you to work bunker shots. I want you to work chipping. I want you to work pitching. I want you to work putting from the green. I want you to work your bump and run with a 7-iron. I want you to work all around the green. How do you do that? You get 50 balls and a piece of PVC pipe. You get you 50 balls, and you got to make a ball grabber. Okay, our ball grabber looks something like this. It's a straight piece of PVC pipe, a connector that goes this way, and two arms that go that way. Then all you do is push this and it picks up all your balls for you. Look at that. Super awesome invention. But anyway, I want you to work around the green right here. And I want you to chip, pitch, bump, and run 50 balls and then pick them up. And then 50 balls and then pick them up. I want you to do that 200 times. Look at this. 200. All right, 200 green side chips. Then we're going to go to number 4, the approach. Hey, appreciate you guys for joining. I'm currently going over what it took me to become a 9 handicap from a 25 handicap. If you want to see the journey, if you want to learn more, follow along. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you guys being here. We are now on the approach shot. Okay, so this is really where most amateurs struggle. I found is the approach shot. Okay, you got a 9 iron in, pitch and wedge in, 52 degree. For me, a lot of times it's tee shot, wedge in. So I'm using my 52, 56 all up in here a lot. A lot of you guys are going to be somewhere in here like 150, 160 yards. Okay, so we're working the approach shot. What do I want you guys to do on your approach shot? I want you to drill 50 to 150 yards. This should be in your sleep. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. How do you do that? Okay, I'm gonna drop 5 balls at 50 yards. I'm gonna drop 5 balls at 60, 5 balls at 65, 5 at 70, 5 at 80. I'm gonna drive up on my golf cart and I'm gonna hit every single one of these balls all the way there. So we're working. What are we doing? We're drilling 50 to 150 yards to the flagstick. You want to be hitting, dare I say, 85% of those shots on the green. So you need to be getting 8 out of 10 of these approach shots on the green in practice, because it's never going to be that easy. When you're playing, you're looking to get around 60 on the green. Okay, 60% on the green. But for practice, we're wanting to get 8 out of 10. So we just keep drilling those. Again, if you hit 50 balls onto the green, how do you pick them up? You use your ball grabber. What is a ball grabber? It's a piece of PVC pipe. It runs down like this. You put a T-post on it. It makes this, and then you just attach 2 arms. You push this baby around, and it picks up all those balls so that you can do this over and over and over again. So what are we doing so far? What's a day in the life of a 9 handicap look like trying to go to scratch? 50 final putts, 50 lag putts, 200 chipping putts. And then I would say you want to do at least 50 approach shots. Okay, so you're wanting to drill this approach shot. All right, what are we doing today? I appreciate 7 people being on here in my classroom. I'm teaching you how I went from a 25 handicap to a 9 handicap in 4 months. What am I doing? I'm working backwards. We're going to the hole and we're working back to the tee box and figuring out how we can become a scratch golfer. We got to be good at the final putt. We got to be able to make 3 and 4 footers. We got to be able to lag putt. We can never 3 putt. We must be able to put the ball 3 feet beside the hole from anywhere on the green. Got to happen. Greenside, when we get greenside, when you miss this approach shot, you want to be able to par 50% of the time, okay? Which means if I miss and I'm in this bunker, or if I'm over here, or if I'm on the edge, I want to be able to chip and putt and get up and down. Just saying, if I'm greenside, I want to get it in 2 strokes is the objective, okay? Then we've got the approach. The approach will either bring us into a lag putt or greenside. And then from there, we've got a tee shot. Okay, so we've covered the approach. We're wanting to work our wedges and short irons till our hands bleed. Okay, we're going to put hands bleed. That should be good enough. If you do it till your hands bleed, you'll get decent at it. But you need to make it to where they bleed, then do it like 5 more times, let them heal, and then just keep doing this over and over and over till your hands bleed. Perfect. All right, so now we're looking at the rescue shot. Oh, this is a fun one. You have to have a rescue shot in your bag or you're not breaking 80. I can promise you that. The rescue shot can look like a couple things. When you're behind a tree, you maybe have to punch out. You maybe have to draw the ball. You maybe have to putt the ball. But the rescue shot is important. That's why I included it. Punch, bump, putt, draw, fade. Okay, so what we're doing here with a rescue shot, okay, imagine there's a tree and your ball's stuck right here and the flag is somewhere over here. Okay, there's only a couple things we can do in this situation. We can go around the tree. We can go over the tree. We can go below the tree. There's a couple different rescue shots that we can make here with a tree and the flag over here, okay? You want to go and flop. You need to practice the flop. Okay, so you got a punch shot. The punch shot, keeping it low, going beside the tree. You've got a bump. It's kind of very similar to a punch, but it's different. You're going to go around the tree, below the tree, kind of. Draw or fade is going left to right or right to left around that tree. Then you got flop. Okay, that's going over the tree. Then you got the tee shot. And the tee shot is basically just, you want to work on the 6-iron tee shot. You want to work on a hybrid tee shot. You want to work on a 3-wood. And you want to work a driver. And then par 3s. Okay, so we got a couple different things to work on with our tee shot. What does that look like? My page is full. Tee shot, basically you're just going to go to the driving range. That's pretty simple. And at the driving range, if you're at the driving range, let's say this is the driving range, this is where you hit the ball, and then this is your targets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this target, that target, this target, that target, this target, and practice all these different angles and trajectories, okay? That's where we're at. That's the practice. Okay, this is how you become a single-digit handicap. It's all right here on this paper. I just gave it all away. Now we're going to work course management like a non-handicap. Okay, we're just going to do a couple holes here. Tee shot. For hole number 1, what are we doing here? All right, if there's nothing right, nothing left for taking driver. If there's hazard left, hazard right, we're going to take like a 6-iron or a 7-iron up into the middle. Okay, pretty simple stuff. Now this dog leg, how can we play this dog leg? Hooks right. Your first option is you can cut off the dog leg with a driver and go over the trees. Or what I like doing, shooting the distance to this tree with the rangefinder, figuring out, is that 180, is that 200? If it's 180 yards, what I'm going to do is aim left of the tree with a 220-yard shot. Okay, so I know I'm past the tree. I know I've got a clear look at the green, stuff like that. Okay, now we're looking at hole 3. How can we work with hole 3? Hole 3, I'm going to take a distance to here and here, this bottleneck, and I'm going to pick a 20 yards further, and I'm going to punch into just past it. Okay. You do not want to rip driver all the time. Like, there's a couple of instances here. This hole here, depending on how high those trees are, 6 iron to about 20 yards past that. This here, this is for sure a 6 or 7 iron up into this open area right here is where you're trying to hit. This one here, I hit a terrible draw, or I hit a terrible fade sometimes, and I could end up in these trees. What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a hybrid right to here. Hybrid. This one here, we're driving the green with our driver for sure. This one here, I'm going to shoot the bunker, and I'm gonna stay short of the bunker. So whether that be 6 or 7, and then we're gonna take this line to the hole here. This looks like a par 3. We're just going for the safe side of the green. Here, this is pretty simple. We're cutting this dog leg off, and we're going with driver to here. And then here, probably taking driver up into somewhere over here and approaching in from there. Okay. That's 16 minutes of my life, how I became a scratch golfer, how you can too. I'm not scratch, how I became a 9 handicap from a 25 handicap in 1 month. I did it. You can do it too. Thank you guys so much.